Hi, this is Dwayne Ortega of Transactionfunding.com with another segment of tips regarding back-to-back closings. As a guest, I have Vina Jones-Cox, the real estate goddess. Vina, welcome.
Thank you, Dwayne.
And
excited to be here.
would you have any tips out there for an investor regarding back-to-back closings?
I do. You know, a lot of people think of back-to-back closings as being only for wholesaling when you're trying to sell to an end home buyer. And the truth is that there's a lot of really good reasons to use them in wholesale deals where you're selling to folks who are even cash buyers who aren't even looking to go get a loan. And I think one of the biggest reasons I hear, especially in this part of the country, is people tell me, I don't want my buyer to know what I made. I made $45,000 off this deal, and I know he's going to flip out. He thinks it's a good deal at the price now, but if he finds out what I made, he's going to flip out. Well, you know, if you're making that kind of profit seriously, the transactional funding gets super affordable. You know, when you look at what percentage of that profit it actually is paid out for the transactional funding, it makes a lot of sense to do it. So if it's a really serious concern that you don't want the end buyer to know what your check was, you know, transactional funding is the only solution. I mean, there's just really no other way to do it unless you're going to take your own cash to the closing.
Right. Now, is it true that with transactional funding acting like cash, can you generate more profits because then you can negotiate with the seller for a lower price?
Oh, sure, absolutely, absolutely. Now, most of my business is in bank-owned properties right now. I find good deals on bank-owned properties, make a lot of offers, and turn around and flip those. And of course, the big problem with those is the non-assignability. It's the fact that I can't just take money for getting an assignment of contract. And there's you know, a number of different ways to deal with that, but transactional funding again is one, because the bank the bank never knows what happened in closing number 2, and as far as they know, I came to closing, I bought the property, they don't know what happened next. So transactional funding solves that problem as well. So, you know, I think it's a great business model. I'm glad somebody finally invented it. You know, it hasn't been around that long. It's not something that was going on when I started in real estate 20 years ago. But it solves a wide variety of problems, and I think that's what people need to think about. If they've got some kind of problem where the closing has to take place in 2 different steps, the next thought ought to be, how can we use transactional funding to do this?
All right. Well, thank you very much for your input. And we'll see you next time. And thank you very much for tuning in to Transactionfunding.com with another segment of tips for back-to-back closing. Thank you.